vlogsters, I've missed you. Welcome back to my channel. I totally have missed you guys. And I will tell you something really funny. I actually was doing a coffee chat and I had the phone already set up, and Jimmy called me from Walmart. He actually was supposed to do a Walmart pickup, and he ended up calling me from the store, and we shopped around the store for the last hour and a half. So I'm out of coffee, but hi. We'll call it a day. Done with my coffee chat. I'm so glad to be back here on the vlog channel. I feel like that I missed you guys and just, I missed you guys and that just random talking about, oh goodness. Oh well, whatever. That random talking about just everything and nothing at the same time, I just totally feel like, I don't know, when I was on the main channel vlogging, I felt like I had to be a little bit more purposeful and talk about the cancer and the progress and stuff like that. But with you guys, you know, we just BS and just get together and like, yeah. So I would like to tell you that my day is super busy already. I got up early this morning and we had the physical therapist come for an evaluation. And then that was really good, but that was very tiring because I was kind of telling my niece, because then I got on the phone with my niece, and then I got on the phone with Jim. It's been like nonstop, basically nonstop. And I'm sorry I'm not sitting up today right now because I sat up with the physical therapist. I did all that work, and the occupational therapist is coming in an hour, so I'm trying to rest right now. So please forgive me for not sitting up with the brace right now because I know she's going to want to watch me put that on again, like the PT lady did. So anyhow, I was telling my niece that when I do my exercises, I usually do I do 3 reps of 20. So I'll do like 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, like that. And then I'll take a break and, all right, let's do some arm work. Let's do some core work or whatever. So I was demonstrating to her what I already do. And she said, just do reps of 10. But they were right on top of each other. So it was like 10, 10, 10, 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Like, it was all these exercises in a row. And then I said, do you want me to see me put my brace on? And she goes, do you do it independently? I said, yes. So I showed her how I do it independently. Of course, it was like, I've been having a lot of trouble with the front going over the back. The back wants to be stretched out more. It's just a bigger piece of plastic. So it kind of often gets caught up, and you have to put the front over the back. So sometimes that gets to be challenging. But I told her, I said, sometimes it's challenging and I try to work it out myself. And she let me, which was great. And then I got my brace on and I showed her how I go to the commode and I show her how I pivot. I told her all my parameters and now I'm weight bearing. She's like, well, I don't know if we really can do anything now. She's like, we could work on your core if you want. I said, absolutely. I always love the motivation. You know, when I do my exercises, and I've been doing my physical therapy by myself for, what is this, like 7 months now? Or 6 months. I really got home in like December. So for 6 months I've been doing it by myself. I kind of feel like, not that you phone it in sometimes, but you just do it to do it. As opposed to like today when she was here and I was like focused more. And I was like, okay, you can't use momentum and slow down and make these purposeful movements. Because I know that that's what I'm supposed to do. But I don't always do that when my mind, as you guys know, sometimes goes 1,000 miles an hour, and I'm on everything from like planning what Jimmy can make for dinner to like planning the next adventure. And it sometimes is very taxing is the word, and it's mentally taxing as opposed to physically. And I told her it's so hard sometimes when my mind wanders to keep the count. And today, for perfect example, I was like, I'm sorry, I have my brain wanders and I'm not counting. She's like, well, that was 12, because I was supposed to do 10 for her. So she's like, that was 12. And then we were talking and I was doing the other leg. And she's like, I said, I have no idea what I'm on. She's like, that was 8. I was like, physical therapists are the best. You can have a conversation, they could still be counting. It's like so amazing. But she was super sweet. And again, this is from the in-home group that's going to be taking over my case. And then the occupational therapist is going to come this afternoon for her evaluation. So I said to my niece, I was like, I'm taking this time to rest. And ironically enough, normally when I have a big appointment like I do tomorrow where it's tests and stuff, I actually try to rest the day before. You know, mainly I do my physical therapy, but I don't do like anything extra. Like this morning I was going to get up and make breakfast, and I was like, no. Before I knew that lady was coming, I was like, nope. Tomorrow's an appointment. I should just like take it easy today. But then I found out she was coming, and then I found out the lady's coming later this afternoon, and I was like, well, so much for resting today. But tomorrow really is just a CAT scan. I think the most taxing part of the CAT scan for me is like probably getting on the bed is probably the most taxing. The most annoying part is like the not eating 4 hours before, but you get to drink plenty of water because you have to be hydrated for the IV. So, and then when I get there and I'm like so thirsty and I'm like just want to guzzle the thing, and he's like, you have to drink that over the course of at least 45 minutes. I'm like, all right. Kind of thing. So last time in March, I had the nuclear bone scan and the CAT scan on the same day, but they couldn't schedule the both for me on the same day this time. So unfortunately not. So I have them a week apart, as you guys know. But anyway, so that was like fun, but I'm tired. So what I did was I went and got the brace on, and I went to the commode, and then I took the brace off, and she wanted to see me go to the commode without the brace on in case, like, if I ever have an emergency, and I just don't have time to put the brace on. She wants to know, like, because she was asking me about, am I incontinent, and, you know, do I have any accidents and that kind of stuff, and I was like, I'm 51. Yeah, of course I do. I pee my pants, but I told her I mostly don't wear pants. I mostly wear nightgowns and stuff. But anyway, so I did that right on top of it, and she really liked it. She's like, that's why she suggested working on my core. And then I told her about how my leg hurt, and we moved the commode here, and then I just pivot to the commode and pivot back to the bed. She liked the way I set up in bed and got in bed. She asked me if I wanted a rail, like a support rail, and I was like, not really. I said, I'm able to work up on my elbow, and it kind of makes me feel like I'm doing something that I'm supposed to be doing, so. Anyway, that was kind of fun. But listen, all of that aside, my hubby, my goodness, he just made my day. I know that you guys often are like, he's so good, or sometimes he gets on everybody's nerves, but he made my day. Like, he went to go pick up something that I'd ordered. I saw something on TikTok, and I'll show you when it gets here. It was $4.99 or $4.98 because it's Walmart, right? And it's a 32-ounce cup with a handle that has a bowl lid and a straw. And I thought, how perfect. First of all, now that I'm, like, able to sit up more because, you know, first of all, this is 32 ounces. I drink my coffee in there. I drink my iced coffee in there. But I was like, how many times do I make a mess because of, like, leaking and splash over or whatever? And I was like, the bowl will catch everything. Forget the fact that you're supposed to put a snack in the bowl. I'm just talking about the bowl will catch stuff that falls out of my mouth. But we follow this camping group, this couple called Fifth Wheel Living, and this couple, and well, the on again, off again couple, because they had like a big issue a while back, but she showed these, and I was like, they're color changing, which is very cool. But that being aside, the fact that they have a bowl lid, it's so cool. And the lid twists. It's not like a snap-on lid. Like, this is a snap-on, snap-off lid. It's a twist. See? I'm glad it's empty. It's a twisty lid, which is another benefit, so it doesn't leak as much. So I ordered 2 for Jimmy to pick up because we have the Walmart Plus. There's no minimum. And he had to go to CVS anyway, so I was like, while you're out. Well, for some reason, they didn't have the light blue one, and they didn't substitute it with another color. So we were just getting one. And I was like, well, that's not cool. So I said, do you want to go in and get a second one? Because he really liked it. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go in. And then he ended up taking me, and he was in the camping section. And we're just looking at all the things just to get ideas. We weren't buying anything. It was just so cool. And we ended up actually we didn't purchase it yet, but we ended up finding like a camp chair with a 400-pound weight limit, which is great. And it's a really nice size seat and stuff. And it holds it's got like a cooler attached to it, which is really cool. Cool kid. See what I did there? That was only $25. I've been looking at plus size camp chairs online. They're $50 each. I was like, this is $25. And it's cute. It's like red and it's got this like little scenic background. And I was like, we could totally put that in the budget, you know? Like I've mentioned to you guys, I do have a camp chair, but it doesn't have a cover. It was my sister's old one, and it's kind of fallen apart. And I like, as I mentioned, it digs into the back of my thighs because it's not quite wide enough. It is heavy duty, but it's not super wide. So I've been on the lookout for one that's like wider, and this one is wider. So what I said to him was I can actually, next month when I get permission to walk, I can actually go to Walmart and try these two chairs out. Because then they had one that was $45. Oh, here comes honey. Sorry about that. That was the hubby. He was going to CVS, like I mentioned. He just wanted to make sure who he was picking up for. And we got all that straightened out. So I'm not really sure where I was. Oh, but it was a lot of fun. So he took me around the store, and he took me to the camping section, and he took me to where the barbecues are. And we didn't buy anything. We were just like looking to see if like maybe we forgot something. Oh, wow, that's a really good price on such and such we were looking at on Amazon or something. So I was mentioning the camp chairs, and I said once I'm able to walk again, I get permission to do that I would like to go try them both out, because getting out of it is kind of an important thing. If it's not too low to the ground, if the seat's not too wide and it doesn't dig into my legs. One is with the cooler goes to 400 pounds, which I'm way below that now. And the other one goes to 500 pounds, which I was thinking like 500 pounds. That's like Jimmy sitting on my lap, and we both can sit in the chair. So it's kind of great. It's kind of like, it was a lot of fun, and it was unexpected. It was so unexpected. And then we went to the automotive section to see if there was any like car accessories that we like overlooked. There was a video we watched that one of you beautiful people, again, I don't know if I'm supposed to call out the beautiful people that send me stuff, but sent me a video of a guy who is in Canada again, and he basically converted his van, and he has a Dometic cooler. Basically it's a refrigerator, but it's like the center console. Like I have a center console, and it's got cup holders in it and everything. And I thought that was super cool for the shape and size of our van. So I was telling Jimmy about that. He's like, oh, let me take a walk to the automotive section. Let's look around. And he looked around there. And then they had like an entire van cover, like for like your weather. And I was like, dude, why don't people just get in their covered like vans and just cover themselves instead of blocking out the windows? But I just thought it was funny. So I was like, so it was just a lot of fun. You know, he took me to the seasonal section. He took me to the clearance section. My husband was patient enough to take me to the clearance section until the second side, some lady was like being very rude and like impatient. And listen, guys, everybody wants to shop the clearance section. He had his earbuds in because I was like, Jimmy, you have every right to be there just like she does, you know? He's like, I know. And I was like, okay. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable or whatever, but I just don't, you know, it's like, don't let her push you out because you're getting the good deals and she's not. So one thing he did find that he did buy in clearance, because when you're in clearance, you get it now or never get it. They had a set of 4 telescoping forks for barbecue. And we talked about, like, you know, we have a fire pit. We talked about when we go camping, they had a set of 4 telescoping like barbecue forks, like to hold 2 hot dogs or like marshmallows or a piece of meat, like that type of thing. And the reason I said to go ahead and get it was because, first of all, they won't be there next week. I looked on Amazon, and they're like over $2 each or whatever. And the fact that they're telescoping is kind of what we need, because we're going to have a very small space. We're going to have very limited storage. And I just thought that they would be like perfect thing to have, and they were in clearance. I think he said there were 4 for $7. So I figured that's almost Dollar Tree prices. The Dollar Tree would be $6 if they were each at the Dollar Tree. Now the Dollar Tree does sell those types of forks, but they are not telescopic. They're just like permanently long. So this looked really cool. So I was like, maybe just get that. He bought that. I sent him for the cups. he bought that. And then he bought another one of these. Now, this was expensive, more expensive. This was from Buc-ee's, and it had camouflage sticker all over it. But the top of it broke. But I can use it for my coffee. The thing is, I want to use this every day. I love my Ray Dunn mugs, but until I can sit up and actually properly drink out of them, I'm sticking with this because this keeps my coffee hot all day. And because I'm laying down, when I lay down and drink it, I can't drink it as fast as when I sit up and drink it. I hope that makes any sense. Makes sense to you. Now, granted, if you watched yesterday's video on the main channel, you know that I was sitting up in this shirt because it was after I got my dressings, and it's early morning and I didn't get my dressings yet. But I was sitting up in the chair, and I told you the only reason I'm not sitting up in the chair right now is because I'm having the OT come later. So I really am trying to reserve my energy. So I'm really excited about what the future holds for us. And I'm just on cloud nine because my honey loves me, and we've gone through some stuff in the past year. And actually, too, if you think about like when my brother passed away in the pandemic, and Jimmy losing the job that he really loved, both jobs that he really loved. Just it's been a lot of turmoil up and down and back and forth. So we've had a couple of difficult years, a few difficult years, and there are moments, always moments of glory and joy and rejoice to our renewed love. And, you know, sometimes it feels like it could be months between those times. And sometimes I feel like it's day after day after day of rejoice. So, I mean, I'm still grateful for him. But when we have this renewed connection, just reminds me why I fell in love with him. And he fell in love with me, you know, like that. But listen, I love you guys. If nobody's told you that you're loved, you can always come by and hear how much I love you. And if you're just joining the vlog channel for the first time, we don't take things quite so serious here. I have been known to complain about my husband like I'm talking to my girlfriends, and that's what it kind of feels like. But, you know, this is how it is. It's kind of very informal. So listen, I love you. Don't forget. And if nobody's told you say you're loved, come by and hear it, okay? And I'll see you back here tomorrow. And as always, you guys take care. God bless. We'll see you next time. Bye. Whoop, boop, bloop, bloop.